in 1839. At the age of 23, she married William Winchester, joining the family that would later produce the iconic Winchester repeating rifle. The Winchester rifle was innovative for its time, since it could consecutively shoot 15 bullets before reloading. It was so popular that it was nicknamed the gun that won the West, making the Winchester family, including Sarah and her husband, very rich indeed. Despite this wealth, Sarah was not very lucky. She had one child, a daughter named Annie, who died weeks after birth of a rare childhood disease. 15 years later, Sarah's husband, William, died of tuberculosis at the age of 43, leaving Sarah a widow. The legend goes that distraught Sarah sought guidance from a medium who told her that she was plagued by spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. The medium told Sarah that to protect herself, she should move out west and build a house, continually building but never finishing it. The house's many rooms would shelter protective spirits, and the sounds of hammers, saws, and drills would drive unfriendly spirits away. It's said that Sarah purposely designed this house with its stairs to the ceiling and doors to nowhere so as to confuse the spirits that meant to do her harm. For 38 years, the sounds of hammering never stopped as Sarah and her workers built room after room after room after room. Now it's your turn to experience the unique features of this house.
Now, Sarah fitted her house with beautiful stained glass windows, doors, and wallpaper that money can buy. And some of that example is right over there in that very corner, which I'll talk about a little bit later on within our tour. But over here right behind me, this beautiful stained glass windows believe that Sarah designed it herself. As you can tell by the spider.
You know what? There's a reason she stayed so skinny.
Now, welcome everyone to the hayloft. Now, before I talk about this room, what did you think about these stairs? Any opinion about it? Positive or negative? What's your opinion? Speechless, like yourself. What was it?
Got your steps in.
That is true. You will definitely get your steps into this house. Alright, just to make it more easier for everyone, raise your hand if you guys like the stairs. Who likes the stairs? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Raise your hand. Right. Raise your hand if you hated the stairs and not like the stairs. It's okay not to like the stairs. That's okay. That's okay. I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of questions about them on why the way they are, why they're so weird, confusing, and also a little bit claustrophobic. Well, here's a land. Originally, she had 45 acres when she bought the house. Then at the end, she had 161 acres, which a good chunk of it was actually dedicated to her fruit industry, including Africa's prunes and walnuts, since agriculture was a huge industry during the Victorian age. And there is one sad fact I need to let everybody know about the mansion. All the furniture you see here today, it is not original to Mrs. Winchester. All the furniture was actually given to Sarah's niece, and she kept everything that she wanted and then auctioned off the rest. And understandably so, because this house was about 3/4 furnished and took about 8 truckloads every single day for 6.5 weeks to get all that furniture out. Now, all the furniture that you are seeing here today actually is original to Victorian time period that was donated to us throughout the years. So to kind of reiterate a little bit, all the furniture not original to Mrs. Winchester, but is original for the era itself. And our next stop from here is the 13th bathroom. We'll be passing by a restored sewing room, one of the 40 bedrooms. So please watch your step as we're heading down. Follow me.
Uh-oh.
The death that affected her the most. This happened back in 1866 with her one and only daughter Annie. The death was miraculous for 6 months after she was born. In 1880, that's when she lost her mother, her father, and father-in-law, all people she looked up to the most within the same year. And then in 1881, that's when she lost Lily under tuberculosis, and here in March. Really showing how much her loss of love Muslims in just a short amount of time. And Sarah, rightfully so, was grieving for a long period of time. Even though Will left everything to her. And I quote, "My beloved wife Sarah, she was so heartbroken. In a few more years of grieving, she decided to move over here to California." And our next stop from here is the seance room, but I will warn everyone about 2 things. The first thing, the elevation floor will slightly change, so please watch your step as we're somewhat heading down. And number 2, I will be closing the door behind us, so don't be too alarmed and trapping everyone in. So please watch your step as we're heading in. Follow me.
Everyone else was maybe with backup, but even Mrs. Winchester was very much so working very hard for her to get in and out of this house. So she had that shower installed in her home, and inside of the shower there are 2 touch pipes, inside of each one there was a hole having brown water, letting the person send them up down, front and back, as long as they were in return. Now, before we head to our next stop,
I'm glad everyone made it. Again, we lose people in that session all the time. It is crazy, but big round of applause for our brave soul. Good job. And for your bravery, you do get a sticker. Good job.
Nice.
Alright, and our next stop from here is the North Conservatory, which is right across from us. Now, the floorboards are a little bit weird, a little bit wobbly, but I'll explain why that's the case. But before we head any further, it actually means extra facts time because we're actually stuck here for just a few more minutes. So, this is actually an unfinished dressing room. Now, you can actually still hear that all this radio was left because the day Mrs. Winchester passed away. So, this is actually what all the walls look like. They actually would have some type of exteriors here at the top of the walls that is actually made out of hog hair, which we'll be seeing in just a moment as well. We also know this was an unfinished dressing room because behind these 2 doors here will actually be bedrooms. That's the reason why we know these right here would be an unfinished dressing room. I think this bird's already left, which is great for us. Alright, now, watch your step as we're going across, guys. Go right ahead. I looked at this. That's just very great. We're just sitting on the second one. If you want to take a picture. Now, welcome everyone to the North Conservatory. Now, Mrs. Winchester, she loved gardening. She loved it so much that she had an 18-acre Victorian garden, but that certainly was enough for her. So she has 2 conservatories within this mansion. Until the floorboards a little bit weird, a little bit wobbly, but again, for a reason. That's because it's good back then. Now, our next stop from here is the Halls of Fire, which is right around the corner. Please be careful as we're heading in, because the tiles at the front section of the fireplace is very old, very fragile, and they are the original. Once again, just watch your step. Follow me. sources. In fact, 4 fireplaces and 3 hot registers. Now the reason why there's so many heat sources in here is because it's temporary release.
Now, this is the Northman Observatory.
So they were not used for a weird purpose and a very functional purpose in before the age. In fact, for Mrs. Winchester specifically, she actually has stained glass windows in there. But of course, they have. Welcome everyone to Mary Postman one that earlier was very another photo of her over in that very corner right next to the door. She said it was in the fastest of property to the very day. It's right next to the unfinished ballroom in the front section of the garden, and this is called a secret house. As you guys can tell, this has a very Asian influence. Now, we're here the wallpaper and the back.
Not a lot of privacy.
And also it's handcrafted and it's as you're coming in, a quick fun fact is that right on this hallway right over here is some great pieces of this bedroom. So if you're looking to access this up on third or you can call the fire.
Basing my wife promises about when we get a forever home. Can't store any of these pictures till we already have one.
There you go.
Now, welcome everyone to the linen room. Now, the linen room is currently located right above by John Mallon's San Francisco studio. So, please watch your step, guys.
So while we're waiting for that group to get out of there, let me share some extra facts about this area. This over here, this is really fun. It's a skylight, but also it was their version of an AC. So down there in that corridor over there, you see the entrance to the basement. So on hot summer days when it was 10 degrees and hotter inside of the house than it was outside, they would open up the doors to the basement and this one's here, and then get cool air circulating. Let's head to the
And right there is about 20 seconds from the 60 seconds of Mrs. Winchester experienced during that earthquake. And that earthquake was a 7.9, nearly 8 on the Richter scale. So from Oregon all the way down to Los Angeles.
This is
Yeah.
smart.
So every time you see specifically the green circle, that's where they have green. And then now we'll be heading into the grand ballroom.
There, they have uranium in the glass.
Oh. Wow.
Last year, Winchester. Yep.
The one on the left, it reads, "Why unclasp the table of your thoughts, which is from Troilus and Cressida, Act 4, Scene 5, and then these same thoughts, people this little world keep referring to the second, Act 5, Scene 5. Now we're not percent sure what exactly these two quotes had to mean to Sarah, but we do know for a fact that it came from Shakespeare. There's also one more story we let you guys know about this room, and it all starts behind that decorative ash wooden door. Now behind that door is a military fire door, and then behind that door is a safe. And then within that safe is another safe. And then within that safe was something very special to Sarah, but no one really knew. So for a while people speculated it was maybe money, maybe gold, maybe jewelry, maybe papers of the Winchester fortune. No one knew until she passed away. So they finally opened all these doors, all these safes, and they found 3 things in there. The first thing they found was a lock of baby Annie's hair. The obituary, the day when baby Annie passed away, and the obituary the day when Lord Winchester passed away. Disappointing to some people, but very telling what they actually care about the most at the end of the day, which is the family that she lost. And our next stop from here is the largest, smallest cupboards. We'll be passing by the back of the kitchen this time, also taking a lot of the stairs going down. So before we take any further things, we'll really touch the
Of course, right now it's a lot prettier, thanks to Sarah.
They really like
There
that.
is something really
Or,
fun
you know,
about
it is
it.
really good. Very so for yourself. Alright. Can someone please ask me all together if you guys want to? If this organ is original.
How about going into the grand ballroom this way? This front section of the house represents one of there are some like cracks here and there in the front section, but the dining room is some cracks.
Split amount of space. She built the larger one, which is actually right over here. Sorry. Which leads to the entire back section of the mansion. All together now. Ooh. Now we're not.
Yeah, check that out. Oh my gosh. Dolls.
Mannequins in the back.
This will be the dining room that Mr. Winchester had her meals in after 1906. Now, the reason why we call it Venetian is because it has an Italian motif. It's low ornate ceiling. It's leaded glass windows. It's got a marble fireplace over there in that very corner. And
Okay.